Okay, we should be live. After the last couple of weeks looking at events, well, me being off, I'm back to working on the Vert that I was working on. That essentially should be basically a compact two-wheel drive Vert. Basically using some spare motors I had lying around. And let's get, I guess just get right into it. I didn't make holes for wires, so I may want to do that. Wait, no, the wires, I don't need to make holes for the wires because they can come out the outside. Oh, wait, no, I did make holes for wires. I don't know if I made them big enough, though. Make this 10. I'm also debating if this is going to be if there's going to be enough room for all the electronics. I guess there's a little bit of space in the front. I think I may need to make the whole bot a little longer because this is not a very long robot. Now I got to remember how where's the front? Okay. I think what I need to do, I don't need to edit the hub itself. Need to look at the mates. I'm not so worried about that. Symmetric. I think I want to push the weapon out a little bit farther forward because we don't got a lot to work with here. Okay, that should be relatively straightforward. Just it'll give us a little bit more room inside the body, essentially. Also, I didn't want it to be as too tippy. So hopefully by making it forward a little more, it should be less tippy. Also, now I'm thinking about it, these uprights could be thicker. There's no reason they need to be this thin. Gonna put it out to 6 millimeters, I think. I'm gonna actually make this 12 because there's probably gonna be a chamfer there anyways. Plus it feels like it's way Let's see if I'm missing anything. I think I'm start putting holes and stuff, maybe? Oh, I need to change this a little bit, I think. Oh, maybe not that part. I guess I cut. It was the cut. Four millimeters not gonna be enough. Yeah, I guess it'll have to be. And then we're going to put this here, or not, we're going to put this on the center. Basically, so that way we have a mounting screw. Oh, I realized, yeah, 4 millimeters is tiny. Yeah, I realize this. You know what? We're not even gonna use. We're gonna give up on that feature, or like that pointy part. I don't think this is even gonna do anything. I mean, that's not the part of it. Okay, oh yeah, I can make this as thick as that. It's not, okay. But, I think we want to... You know what, I think instead we're just gonna have this come all the way down. Yeah, it's gonna just be the front. Okay, why are we angry? We're making shit up to be angry about, I guess. that it? Oh yeah, we're just making shit up to be angry about, I guess. Damn it, SolidWorks. It's going good. I've been focusing on the next video related stuff for a bit. I don't know when the next event I'll be going to yet is, because I'm trying to limit travel currently. I feel like I've been traveling a lot in the past short period of time. This is... My mom said she wanted to drive a robot, and so I'm making her one. That's what this is. The current working name is Amalgam, which is short for amalgamation, because it's basically an amalgamation of Hodag and Bigfoot, because I'm using the old Bigfoot wheels and the old weapon from Hodag. I don't know what the final name's going to be yet, but because that... I'm probably going to ask my mom what she wants to name it too, so... But yeah, it'll be like amalgamation or something along those lines, because that's essentially what it's meant to be. But... Did I make it in this? No, I think I want it to be... Yeah, I want these holes to be tight. I don't want... Because I'm basically going to be threading into these holes. But yeah, this is meant to be as simple of a robot as I can make. Sometimes simple works. Well, simple also means the fewer things can break, ideally. This is going to be an ant. It's basically, yeah, it's an ant, because because using antweight drive. It's going to be mostly TPU. I do want to make some adjustments to this part though, since I kind of changed what my plan was. Yeah, I'm trying to... For a while, I'm going to be doing a few build streams, but I'm going to try to intermix them with other things. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to print this, because That's probably good. That would be an ugly way to print it. I'm just thinking for a second. I haven't touched Skunk Ape in a while. I'm not sure when, if ever, we'll see Skunk Ape again. Like, as of right now, I don't have any Skunk Ape plans. I think I kind of almost have to print this like this. This would be the strongest, but I don't think that's going to work. Especially not for TBU. So that wasn't it. I think it was one of the cuts. Of course. Let me guess. Everything is dependent on this cut that I no longer need. Okay, maybe not. Luckily, nothing was... Okay, nothing was important was on that. Thank God. Okay. Currently, I think Bigfoot and Hodag are kind of in a position. I don't think they've updated finals recently, but they're in pretty good positions to qualify for the MRCA finals right now. That's probably going to be the focus. Okay, right here is we want to basically have the only fork not be this. Okay. I also want to keep it out of the way of those screw heads, I guess. Try something weird. Construction. Basically how ELO works is if you understand it from chess, you'll understand it, but basically basically every fight you fight, it's you either the winner gains ELO and the loser loses ELO, and you start out at a base of 1500. That way you actually have points to lose. And what am I trying to say? And how much points has changed depends on how different they are in ELO. So if a really good high-ranked bot is fighting a really low-ranked bot, if the high-ranked bot wins, the change in ELO is very low. If the lower-ranked bot wins, then there's going to be a big ELO change. Kind of like basically your ranking in the MRCA. Yeah, the ELO doesn't reset each year. It like degrades. So you get closer to 1500, but it doesn't reset to 1500. This looks like a problem. I made this to the wrong thing. You're gonna end up mating to. Yeah. Each year the ELO sorted the grades by half. So stuff from like so if you're really high rank like 2 years ago, you're not gonna be nearly as high. But Mud Skipper didn't fight. Where is Mud Skipper? Mud Skipper didn't fight all of last year, but it's still, I think, pretty decently ranked. Like, I think if they went to one event, it would still qualify. This is tight, not too tight to fit. Will chamfer work the way I imagine it will? Not at all. Okay. I actually have a version that has printed forks, but the little like finger things I added for like the last event it went to actually worked out pretty well. But yeah, that has been a is this not merged? But yeah, that has been a consideration. I just haven't had anything that like super made sense yet with my current design. I think I do need to make some, if I want bigger metal forks, I'm gonna have to do some optimization. What I want to do. Maybe we'll see how this looks when I do what I'm trying to do with it. We're trying to do lofted. Let me try some. I'm like almost. Create a point. Why do you fail? Explain yourself. Okay, that works. I don't, whatever. I want to basically do that. Bigfoot does have tangent drive. I really like the tangent drive on Bigfoot. It's worked out pretty good. I haven't had any of the like things people say to be concerned about, I guess. So I definitely like it. I think we want to add some fillets. Definitely didn't mean to. Yeah, I feel like I want to try. I want to try it on a like a beetle at some point, but we'll see if I end up doing that. There's also another robot I want to use tangent drive. There's another bot I want to make that's gonna have a. I'm basically gonna take the drive from Bigfoot. Oh. Gonna do anything weird, right? Actually, I was gonna actually for a second I was gonna mirror it, but I don't think it was gonna work. I definitely would recommend trying out Tangent. I don't know, because I mean it's worked well for Bigfoot, and it definitely, especially if what you're going for is speed, it's definitely the right move. Because I'm not because I think it does have its limits when it comes to pushing matches, because you're just sort of pushing on the end of the wheel, but it's definitely pretty fast. And it's also very light. That is a also nice thing about it. And I'm pretty sure those are like the reasons people don't use it. I just use like repeats antweight tangent. I forget what size they are. But yeah, I just used if I can find them. For some reason I can't. Oh, found him. I know it says he's sold out. I use these. These are meant for tangent drive. They're 1406s. They work pretty well, and they're like noticeably lighter than other drive motors. Actually, I realized something. I realize I probably want these more connected, so I'm going to change. I think this part I want to change. Yeah. Actually, instead of doing that, I'm going to not, because I know that I'm pretty sure if I do that, I'm going to break everything. I'm going to do it the janky way. Essentially gonna do this. Basically, because I'm worried that won't be enough support behind this part and it'll like cave in on itself. So that's why I feel a need to add this. Nope, not ready for that yet. Okay, cool. Just collinear with that. It'll look nicer. Oh, I forgot to trim an entity. Yes, the wheel is on a like shaft. You may want bushing. You want either bushings or bearings. I use a bushing for mine. For the other, yeah, the weapon, the motor basically is touching the outside of the wheel. You don't connect either of the wheels. The wheel isn't directly connected to the motor. Essentially, the axle of the, in this case, basically this axle part is in contact with the outside of the wheel, so you're essentially turning it on the tangent of the like wheel. But thus the name. That's where the name tangent comes from. I haven't decided where I'm going to put the switch on this thing. Maybe we'll tuck it behind by one of these motors. First, let's grab the switch. But yeah, both motors should not be direct. But yeah, both motors should be on essentially dead shafts. I of course have so many bots planned. I don't even know where to start. Yeah, I absolutely have more bots planned. We'll see which one is next, though. Basically, I just want a place to hold this motor in. I did not have any robots qualify. I did not quite make the cut. They emailed me to say that I was on like the waiting list essentially, but I didn't make the cut. And I'm not sure if I would have been able to make it out there anyways, but one of these years I might decide to go to that. Go to Nationals or whatever it's called. I'm hoping next. I have another ant planned. Eventually, I might actually run the Vert config of Hodag as a separate robot. And I want to build over the winter. I'm gonna start working on a 12-pounder. God damn it. I messed up. Yep. I hate it when I do this. Yeah, I'm also trying to work on running an event in Wisconsin because Wisconsin currently doesn't have any events. And my big things with that is going to be finding volunteers, finding a venue, and getting an arena. Eventually I'll figure something out though. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, well, I'll pretty much only, I won't make it out to any events for a while. I've definitely got a lot planned for like the second half of the year. I'm kind of in the phase where I'm preparing for everything, for whatever's next. Okay. Actually, crap. I want to mirror everything, and then I want to do that. Actually, there's some things I want to do before I end up doing that. I want to do the sketch here. I'm gonna make this equal to that. Want to go the other direction because this is how we're going to mount the drive, and I'm probably going to mount the drives not using the top of the robot because I feel like that's going to be kind of annoying. Basically, I'm designing a essentially a printed part that just ratchets that into place. Or not ratchets it, but essentially clamps down on that. Okay, with that, we're gonna start making some hole. We're gonna make holes here for these mounting hole to mount here. Actually, I don't know why I didn't. This makes more sense. Gonna make these two equal. Since we're screwing into them with 3mm screws, and I get like a 2mm hole. You can adjust that in the fly. Not that 10 millimeters, I think, should be plenty. And then we're gonna do something for the top. We're gonna do one here. One probably in line there. We're just gonna do one kind of. You know, I'm not even gonna have the top extend above this motor. Just fuck it. What do we need? What's good does that even do us? You know, I'm thinking. This feels like more screws than we need. This is gonna be doubled. You know what? I think we're gonna do one less. These they're gonna be, or 2 millimeter, because it's gonna be mirrored, so there's gonna be 6 screws is I think enough to keep the top on, because there's also gonna be screwed into this part too. So. We actually want to put a larger distance there. Also making it not in line with that. The important part. Probably we want to feel like the center of this. It doesn't have to be the center of this, but we want to feel like it is. .5 should be enough. Actually, we'll do 4 just to make it give us some room to work with. .16 I think will give us some decent spacing, especially considering we're not going over this part. I think 26, since there's gonna be one mirrored on the other side. .10mm should be plenty. Gonna have holes colliding where they shouldn't be. Gonna save, then we're gonna mirror. We're not gonna mirror the feature, we're gonna mirror the entire body. Oh, that's satisfying. And then we're gonna do this afterwards because we don't need the switch on both sides. And then I think we're gonna add some fillet features. I'm gonna go a little bit smaller than that. Because we kind of need one here for this to be able to print properly. Or to have that even having a hope of printing properly. Especially that top one. I'm realizing a slight issue. Also a feature that I didn't even realize. I don't know how that ended up happening. Get to that in a second. ignore that one, I guess. Gonna cause any problems, right? Yeah, this should be. Okay. Okay, does not like that one. Okay, I'm not sure how we... If we suppress this... I see the problem. This is fine. We'll do the cut here. Trim that. Just gonna do that instead of oh, we didn't, wrong surface. We wanted to do a surface, but not that one. Because that is where we mount on the bottom. Okay. Gonna unsuppress this one too. Any more do you want to add? I was like, can we do this without breaking it? How many more fillets can we have without breaking anything? That should be good enough. And now we need some bottom hole, 2 bottom holes. 2? Is that? I think we want to. We might want to stretch it to. But I don't know. Can we? No, I don't think we can't have this held on by 2 screws. I don't think that's gonna fly. No, that's not gonna fly. Ooh, that is not a lot of material. I think I made that thicker. Make this, we're gonna make this coincident to this, that way we have a better idea of where our, yeah, and then we're gonna do this. I'm trying to think, because it'd be, there's an oblique angle. Get out of the way for now. Actually, I made too many fillets. Exit that sketch for a second. These fillets will get in the way of what we're mounting to. Now we should be. Okay, now. So basically what we want to do, nope, we don't want to do that yet. Nope. God damn it, it keeps, there we go. Sometimes when I use the mouse gestures, I pick the wrong thing. I want to do this. To there. Okay, that makes me feel like these holes can be a little bit closer together too. Then maybe then we'll have more than like absolutely no material. I'm probably gonna I'm gonna definitely end up using washers here. Otherwise that's gonna rip right through. Oh no, why has everybody got a stream on Thursday? You'd think everyone would know. I also saw that Jake Hoffman was streaming. Thursday's my day to stream. Like, there's only so many people that stream combat robotic stuff. We can't all stream on Thursday. You think they would know this? They can stream any other day of the week. Rough House is always here. If anything, it's surprising it took them this long to get here. I'm gonna be astonished if this robot doesn't suck. And because it's gonna be really weird because the first event, well, if my mom is driving it, I don't know. I don't exactly have high hopes for how well she's gonna drive it. It's gonna be probably a lot like Betsy driving. Oh, there's Jupiter. I see. I was telling them that Thursday's my day to stream. There's too few combat robotics streamers for us to stream on the same day. Apparently Jake Hoffman also didn't get the memo. Actually, what am I doing? I don't want to make a new sketch. I want to mirror that feature. And making it along the top plane like this is really finally paying off for me. I think I want to add just a little, I'll add a little bit of fillet there. A little teensy, just a little fillet as a treat. There we go. I I stream every week. His watch time is really carrying us all on it, you know. I mean, it's viewers like it's also brought. It's like PBS. It's also we thank. This is brought to you by viewers like you. Okay, we still have to do. We're almost done. We still got to do a top plate, or I have to mount the drive motors in, and then I have to do a top plate. B1 drive mount. They do something weird. No, for some reason I thought I had a that we are not good. It's kind of sad I didn't end up making it to the Chicago event though, because obviously Chicago is only a couple hours away. I'm disappointed I'm not making it. Also, it's my girlfriend's birthday this weekend. I don't think she wants to spend it there. Trim in Louisville. What's funny is I was actually, we'll see the timing of, I was actually considering the Louisville one because my girlfriend is from Kentucky, specifically that area. But the problem is it's around the same time we're going on a vacation. So it's kind of up in the air whether I'll be going to the Louisville event. But it is on my radar. So I guess there's a non-zero chance I'll go, but there's a lot, like the locate, like we'll see. I mean, if you can put your nose to the grindstone, I'm sure you can do it. A little bit of that. Then we're going to make some holes for some screws. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. I don't. Oh, Viper kits. If I'm yeah, I'm gonna nah, we'll do it. We'll just do it. through all case for some weird reason, I think. And then we're gonna do just fillets that way, because I feel like that doesn't need to be any more material than it needs to be. Also, I feel like it'll fit in there a little easier if I put that fillet there. I won't be like tucked tight in that corner. We're just gonna have a gearbox out there for the world to see, I guess. Because, you know what? You're allowed to have bot parts showing. They don't tell... No one will tell you that, but you can have your motors exposed. Legally, they can't stop you from doing it. Sorry, before I moved on to the next part, I wanted to mirror this so I can make myself feel better. There is definitely a satisfaction to, like, mirroring half the robot. Okay, now we got... I'm not sure how much weight this is gonna be. But we'll see. Also, speaking of things to mirror, we're just gonna... Am I doing it this way? Actually, we're gonna do it in assembly because I don't need that to be a 2. Because sorry, it does not need to be geometrically mirrored because it's just one part. Oh yeah. Actually, while we're at it, I'm gonna do the right thing. I realized I already had a mirrored components, and we're just gonna add that to it. Okay. Maybe I'll end up doing a weight. I'm debating whether I want to do a weight estimate or not on this. Okay. Oh, we need a top plate. Insert. We're gonna do a new part. Okay. Part. B1. Top plate. This is an ant, yes. It's using old parts from both Hodag and Bigfoot. So the working name is Amalgam, which is a short for amalgamation. We'll see what the final name actually ends up being, but... Whoops. We are not editing the top plate. This is actually so far, I think one of the fewer number of parts compared to a lot of my other ones that I make. So I'm proud of myself there. God. Making sometimes I get a little discombobulated. There's also there's not that many like different types of screws, which is good. I don't know why, but the first version of Bigfoot had an entirely like silly amount of like. Actually, you know what? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? We're gonna mirror these. Okay. Make these all equal. Again, 3.4 or yeah, 3.5. Well, I won't be the one driving it, so you might be able to beat it. No offense, because my mom said she wanted a robot, and so I'm designing her one. She also said specifically she wanted a Vert. She wanted to knock people around. Do some of this. I think, yeah, that's where we want to go. I don't know what the frick I'm doing. Okay. Now we want to do like this. Like that. Boom. We're gonna mirror these too. I don't know why I didn't mirror these when I mirrored the other ones. That would have been what a smart person would have done. Okay. And then we're gonna do oh, I forgot to mirror one. Two actually. I don't know how I missed those, but then we're gonna add boop, bada bing, bada boom, add a there. There. It's almost like a heart. Okay, we basically just want this to be, we're going off of vibes because we basically want it to be, realize, hopefully I don't change that and that bites me in the ass. And then here we just don't want to expose any of the electronics. Because we don't need the wire. Because we need this to, apparently I can't speak. We need the top plate to actually like keep the robot together. So as lovely as it would be to just like have wires exposed, we don't quite want to have that happen. Also, more importantly, I don't want people to see how terrible I am at soldering. That is absolutely not a thing we want people to see. Do blind 4 millimeters. Oh, I definitely forgot to. Anything else missing? I think that's it. Oh my god, this is. I am. Oh my gosh. I'm bad at this. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Is there anything exposed that shouldn't be exposed? Sweet. This actually looks pretty good. Oh, I forgot. I got kind of confused. Yeah, we'll see how this works. Actually, the red and white. I may use white for the front. We'll see. Or because I don't think this has a defined color. Actually, is it set to white? No, that's actually set to white. I think. No, it's not set to. Oh, maybe it is. Well, now it's set to white. Okay. Cool beans. This looks like a robot. I think I'm mostly ready. Even though I'm gonna... What's the mass properties even say? Yeah, I don't think it... I may need to look at that. That's a little... Something... I may need to do some... Because, like, what's... Something doesn't feel right. Yeah, we made... Because there's no way that's accurate. I also didn't define... Oh god, that's heavy as shit. 13. Because if I do... Say nylon, if that was like full nylon. Oh god. It assumes that's... That's also not going to be 100% infill. Okay, we're gonna actually do... We're gonna get a little bit better estimate, because I didn't realize... Okay. Also, I realized I'm missing a... Actually, before we do that... I was gonna add a larger fillet. Nah, not a linear pattern. It's only need one place. That should work. We're just gonna do a... What am I trying to do? We're just gonna do a quick STL check. Folder. Amalgam. For more than one body? I'm gonna have to take a look, I guess, later. Okay, so if we were to do... Okay, what settings would I want to do? 15% infill. Probably won't do that many perimeters. This part shouldn't be getting hit that much. We're definitely not doing that. What's our weight estimate that's going to give us is the real question. Oh my god. I'm surprising. It's taking a lot longer than I expected to generate this. 127? That was that. Guess what was their estimate? What was SolidWorks' estimate? Not that different. Okay. Yeah, we are way off. Okay. Yeah, 627 is entirely far off, so we're gonna have to rethink. Because I don't think I do think that it should be pretty accurate now. It should be. We're definitely over. It's just a matter of how much over. Oh, we're gonna suppress that. That definitely added random weight. That definitely added weight. Oh, the virtual weapon that isn't real did add weight, so that would help a little bit. These wheels should be accurate because I weighed them. That should be accurate. Let me actually. Let me open. Let me see what I have for the. Is this? Yeah, it's fine. Oh, because these should be overwritten. This actually, unfortunately, less. Luckily, as our, it's more. Yeah, that's less than it should be. Because this was originally overridden, but I think with new versions they broke it. Okay. It's 27 grams. Okay, we are in a difficult spot. Okay, that increased the weight, of course. Ah, fuck. Yeah, because the problem is the weapon is obnoxiously heavy. Because it was designed... Because it's so thick. It's thick. Like, this is really wide for a... also, it's... Ignore the fact that it's facing the wrong direction. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we're already way over. We need it. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure this freaking... Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, like, way overweight. It's because of this blade. This blade's too thick. Wait, let me double check that the... I'm going to open up the hub motor, make sure... Yeah. Let me double check that let's see if I'm double checking that these are the correct way. Knowing my luck, it's going to be like, oh yeah, it's actually. We're just going to call this 79 grams. Because that way I don't have to include the shoulder bolt. Okay, so it was already accurate anyways. That's accurate. The problem is what I would normally do in this situation is I wouldn't have a freaking 3/8 inch thick weapon. Because this is like using a almost 20. This is almost 20% of the weight right here. Okay. I think we definitely need to make this front thing smaller, because this is probably a big chunk of our weight. Is because having this to be two separate parts is definitely a lot. Yeah, because we are like way overweight. Fuck. No, this thing does not need more weight. Yeah, because currently this is like most of the weight. 156 grams, that's like a third of our weight is in this part, so this needs to be changed. That would defeat kind of the entire purpose if this was a shuffler, actually. Okay, first off, so we're starting out by making this smaller, just to have this be less weight, because this thing is all of the weight. We'll protect less of the wheel. We don't need to protect the whole wheel. And I think since this is like, now that I'm thinking about it, this is the whole like front of the robot, right? We don't need this to be a full body situation. So I think we can trim some fat in the body itself. Although I think we'll just have... Yeah, how I want to do. I don't know yet. Probably SEMO Peoria in July. Is what I'm guessing it'll first occur. You know what? I'm thinking I'm going to get really aggressive with how tiny this is going to be. Or with how little weight's going to be in this part of it, because we're going to have more weight in the front of it. Oh, why is... Weird shit. Yeah, I think it'll first, cause, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know when this will actually first start competing. Oh my god, we got this down to 91 grams. This is gonna feel, oh god, all the weight is gonna be in the front of the robot. Well, I guess not all the weight, but. We're just gonna ignore. Wait, this. We're gonna at least put. Okay, this will make. It shouldn't change the weight too much, but should make it a little more accurate. Change it by a gram. Yeah, because most of the... This is just air armor, basically. It depends on what you're using it for, I guess, is what I would say. Normally I actually go to 15%, but we don't have a whole lot to work with. So we're gonna override this to 91. Or 92 rather. So we just shaved off like 30 grams doing that. We still gotta get rid of like 100 grams. We haven't even added hardware. I actually have no idea off the top of my head. I think a lot of parts are like 100% or pretty close. I think a lot of, I mean, because I guess depends on which part. But there's a lot of 100% infill on Bigfoot. We're gonna have 2 different fillets actually. Do that one. It's gonna have some aggressive ass fillets here. Well, there was, even with there's not 100% infill, there's still layer lines. Because it still prints by layer. So no matter what, you're going to have layer lines. It's just a matter of aligning the layer lines a lot of times. Actually, I'm changing my mind. We're going to suppress that. I'm going to get rid of this fillet because what we're going to do is we're going to remove... We don't really need this to be this high up. What we're going to do... is we're essentially going to well, first I'm going to try making it so the armor isn't bigger than it needs to be. It doesn't. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with you. What the fuck? That's not what I want. Not concentric. I was gonna make it shorter because I don't think, not sure we need it. For some reason, it really does not want me to use the center. Are editing this part, right? Also, I think we're in the wrong plane anyway. Oh, that's probably why we're in the wrong plane. Well, I think it'll work better if we use this plane. Actually, I don't even want this to be coincident with this, though. Um, well, the thing is, speed holes don't help much when, speed holes don't help much with 3D printed parts because you can change the infill. It's more like for machine bots, but. Okay, actually, instead of doing that, we're just gonna do that. Radial. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Actually, I think I want to do these like that way. It looks not like ass. I've had like at least 2 other people ask that. Currently, it is gonna be amalgam, short for amalgamation, but we'll see what it ends up actually being. Wow, this just looks like straight vibes. No, I don't hate the announcers that much. I did all this to wrap it around, but I'm not sure how to... Yep. Two vibes. We're not gonna fully define it, I guess. Oh, that looks like doo-doo. Okay, we're not doing that. Now we're... We're definitely gonna have to clean some things up. We're definitely... It's definitely going to... So we're not quite there yet. We're almost... The work in progress. We're getting there. Don't worry, we're getting there. We're getting... I have a plan. Promise. You gotta trust the process. Even if I am definitely doubting what the fuck I'm doing. We're gonna try that and see how that looks. No, that's not correct. Okay, you're making up. When the fuck are you? You're making stuff up. Okay, there. You know what? We're gonna circle back. I think I'm way overcomplicating this. We're gonna actually adjust these holes. We're actually no longer gonna mirror them. Oh, they're no. I think because of that they're no longer equal. Because they're no longer mirrored. There we go. Okay, we're rethinking whatever goofiness I was doing. Fine. This is angry because I got rid of one of the holes. Honestly, it's probably fine because... Oh. Okay. Oh, is the sketch plane? Did I do the sketch plane to the other one? Yep. Wrong sketch. This one. Just gonna get rid of that hole. Okay. We're just gonna make the whole front armor shorter. Oh yeah, sorry. I was really locked in for a moment. I was like casually reading. I do actually have some regular names. Oh yeah. Victorian Eat Machine Shred Baby. You have way more bot names than bots. You need to get cracking on them bots if you're gonna have that many bot names. I was way overthinking this, so we're just gonna do this the old fucking fashioned way. We're just gonna shave the whole top off. Actually, I'm being silly. Okay. Oh god, let me out. Now I'm trying to figure out what plane to make this parallel to. I think we make it parallel to the yeah, we just make it horizontal. And then from the horizontal, to make this horizontal. Honestly, just gonna be a little bit above the like mid plane, I guess. I somehow. Oh, it. Okay, whatever. Okay. All of my bots are named after cryptids, so it makes my life a lot easier when you have a cohesive theme. Why won't it? We're gonna have to remirror things. That's fine. This is fine. And this is angry because I got rid of the hole. Fine. Please don't tell me it's the sketch plane. It's always the plane. It should also lessen the weight of the screws we haven't added too. Definitely don't need to be 20. Actually, will it get angry at me if I try to do one on top? It will. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of names. We're gonna save. Although I don't know that if that shaved off much weight. Because I mean, I guess I could have, because I want this to be close to 100%. I want this to have a high infill. 80 grams. Okay, that's definitely, I think I nearly half of the weight. Because honestly, they were never going to hit that top part anyways. So where are we sitting at? We still got like 80 grams to go. And okay. But we're getting there. The problem is that all the weight is in this goddamn weapon. I have an idea. I think Because if we bring back our virtual weapon for a second, I think we can bring the weapon a little bit closer to the ground because we're not flat with the ground here, right? Like it's touching at the tips. So I think we can get the weapon closer to the ground. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna run out of time. I think I'm gonna. We're actually gonna. Are we gonna do it? I'm trying to remember how I defined this. I don't remember how I originally defined this. This is what happens when I work on. So we need. Are we doing a smaller degree? Oh God. Okay, so that will. That how much did that even change it? Wait. Well, I think. Well, no, it looks like it only changed it by a couple, but that's because the body it doesn't recalculate the body when it does that. I think we do actually want it to be smaller because it wouldn't recalculate the body's weight. I think we do still want to change our little angle by. You know, we get dangerously close to the weapon sticking at the bottom, but I think that's a risk I'm willing to take. I think the uprights could have a little less material on them. Like if we could shave basically just enough to mount these. We don't need these to take the hit for the hub motor. We do want to. Yeah, I think I did break some of these holes. Okay. Yeah, we got. I think, ironically, this might be one of those where because of the infill and stuff, that might actually save us weight. Getting rid of those holes when we re-slice it. Of course I defined it to the hole that I got rid of, because why would I do it? Okay, not sure why the top plate's so visible, but like a fillet on the top lip, I guess. Yeah, just to get rid of excess material from that. Yeah, this is much better actually. I like this. A goofy look. This is gonna be a goofy looking robot. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, no, I think I need that actually to hold the have enough room for everything. Okay. Okay, first we're gonna save. Then I'm gonna reslice this. See how close, see how screwed I am, I guess. The M looks entirely too much like an N. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't ever shorten the name of this robot. I should save a couple grams. Let's see how many grams I end up saving. We saved like 4 grams on that part. Oh, that's too many grams. Is not. Okay, so that didn't really amount to much. Yeah, I don't end up doing it that much because... Oh, god damn it. Why are you angry at me this time? Because you're lying? You feel like lying to me. Oh, because you don't like that... You don't like that I added that fillet. Okay, we're going to change it. Cut a little bit. Yeah, I don't think we're too worried about breaking that fillet. First, we're just gonna. Oh, what is it? Honestly, we're just gonna get rid of that fillet, I guess. Never mind, that was a load-bearing fillet. I forgot, apparently. It says a tiny... Ooh. Okay, oh yeah, that's why it broke. We're gonna fix that real quick. Just gonna... That's why it breaks. Yeah, this isn't really a reach vert. The problem is I'm trying to like make it so it doesn't explode basically. Because I don't want the hub motor to take a bunch of damage. Um... 544. We still are way overweight. I think we may need to push the weapon in more. I hate to say it. Although I think I might call it soon. Because it's 9 o'clock. I think we're gonna start out by going back to where we were. Oh god. Please tell me they didn't break everything. Rebuild. I think we broke too many new things. Oh, definitely broke some things. Oh yeah, because it's not left to edit. We have to update this because we broke it earlier. You know, yeah, you'd think I would have got. The music ran out. We've been streaming for a while. Okay. And here, that means I should probably call it soon, but that's going to be an issue. Ironic issue to have. Although I think the solution is and make it no longer parallel. To make sure things are just this dimensions. This is like just out of there. With this just a little bit further out of that. That's not what I want. Some small connection points. Give me a second. Okay, which fillet are you angry about? Care about this. Definitely do. Okay, we can keep that one. Okay. Break this one. This one. Like 3 of them. Not sure why that one's broken. Wow, this is coming together. Yeah, I'd have to recalculate the. Okay, one more time. I'm gonna slice this again, and then I'm gonna call it, I think. See where we're at. To know how far off we are. Good loady. Okay. Tell me we got some weight back. 82. We didn't save much. I think we're I know what I must do, but it's gonna make the robot look entirely different. But got like 2 grams. Or unfortunately, the thing to change it is to make it look a lot more like every other vert, and to not have it be the entire wedge shape. But I'm actively avoiding or I can make it a little less wide. That's also an option. Yeah, we're getting there. I guess I'll need more work. We'll see what we end up doing. I might end up doing this in my free time, depending if I have any. But that's all I have for tonight. I have to wind down, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. I will finish this eventually. I definitely, yeah, there definitely needs to be some more changes beyond like changing slicing size. But catch you later.